Hello everybody and welcome to the ESI Digest. We run through the biggest esports business related news stories of the week. I'm your host Tom Daniels, the sub-editor of Esports Insider, and today's ESI Digest we're going to be covering Psyonix and BMW unveiling its Rocket League partnership, Immortals relocating its operations to the Great Lakes region, Tomas Lyckdow and Nicklas Andersson being named as Black Molly Entertainment's new part owners, Freaks for You Gaming joining diversity in esports for the VALORANT Game Changers EMEA, and finally we're going to be talking about Riot Games and Bayes Esports extending its data partnership. But before we jump into this episode of the ESI Digest, I do want to thank our partners for this episode, Mbuzz Esports and BK Republic of Gamers. Mbuzz Esports enables the use of its telecommunications infrastructure to enhance its clients in the Middle East. In October, the company partnered with esports organization BK Republic of Gamers to create a new pro team in Saudi Arabia for Phase 1. For Phase 2, BK Republic of Gamers will use its expertise to support Mbuzz Esports' MEA expansion, with finally the last phase being in Africa. In addition, Mbuzz Esports has in the pipeline a tournament program in line with the FIFA World Cup 2022 and Riyadh Season 2022. If you want to find out more about the partnership between Mbuzz Esports and BK Republic of Gamers, then head over to their respective websites. So, let's get into the digest. Our first story of the ESI Digest sees game developer Psyonix announce an esports and in-game Rocket League partnership with BMW. As a result of the collaboration, BMW will become the title sponsor for the Rocket League Open and Rocket League Freestyle tournament. Moreover, the manufacturer's new BMW M240i car will be integrated into the game this November. The newly named BMW Rocket League Open is set to commence today, November 5th, and it is the second regional tournament for the 2021-2022 RLCS European Circuit. The in-game car model will be available until November 10th, and what's really interesting about this partnership is that the car will be drivable in Rocket League first before it is available in real life. BMW becomes the latest automobile partner to join Psyonix for a Rocket League partnership. It includes the likes of NASCAR, Ford, Formula One, McLaren, and Lamborghini, who have all partnered to introduce Rocket League variants of their cars into the game itself. Overall, I think this is a great deal for both brands, and we're continually seeing Rocket League attach themselves to these automobile partners because the deal makes sense. What these automobile partners and what these brands are wanting to do is they're wanting to kind of entice younger audiences, and going into a game directly, which is tying younger audiences with cars, with automobiles, just makes sense. What is also interesting is that we're not just seeing in-game activations, which we'd expect from a few of the partnerships, but we're also seeing esports activations through that. So it looks like Psyonix are kind of using the ability to attract these brands and not only enhance their game, but also enhance their esports activities as well. So overall, I think this is a great deal. Our second story of the ESI Digest sees North American esports organization Immortals announce that it is relocating its operations to the Great Lakes region. Operating on a hub and spokes model, Immortals operations will center around the Detroit metropolitan area. However, as they've said with the spokes model, they will also operate a number of smaller areas across cities and college towns in the Great Lakes region. Despite this move, it is important to note that Immortals has confirmed that its League of Legends team will remain based in Los Angeles. However, the organization has announced that it will add an all-women VALORANT team which will operate out of Immortals' Great Lakes headquarters. The esports organization has already announced partnership with municipalities and local community groups across the region. The goal of these partnerships is to amplify and build new esports and gaming events, such as tournaments. This includes the Immortals Invasion, which is being described as a Wild Rift takeover in Michigan, as well as a University of Michigan esports LAN event. I think this is a smart move by Immortals to actually move your base to an unrepresented area. I think is a great move for a big organization, as it provides more opportunities to engage with local audiences and build a fan base as well. And I kind of hope that this will boost the Great Lakes region in terms of their acceptability towards esports, and also kind of having more fans from that area gauge and interact with esports, and hopefully that means that Immortals in itself will gain a bigger fan base. Moving on now, an esports production company and digital agency, Black Molly Entertainment, has named Tomas Lyckdow and Nicklas Andersson, both formerly of DreamHack, as part owners. According to the release, Lyckedal will become BME's head of business development. Meanwhile, Andersson has been named the company's head of partnerships. For those who are unaware, BME was founded in 2013 and has worked with a range of esports entities such as Fnatic, Red Bull, Ninjas in Pajamas, and Dignitas, to name a few. Lyckedal and Andersson, who both spent over 12 years at DreamHack, will also hold positions at Frame, which is a new full-service esports marketing agency owned by BME. This is a huge pickup for BME to acquire both Lyckedal and Andersson, both of which are esports industry veterans in their respective fields. There isn't much more to say about these appointments, however, it'd be very interesting to keep an eye on BME now and see how now the operations will change, whether we'll see them more in the future in terms of future partnerships and what direction these two individuals are going to take them to. It seems like it's going to be a very interesting time for BME, and I think this is only scratching the surface now of what this company can do. Our penultimate story of the ESI Digest sees Freaks4U Gaming announce that it has joined non-profit organisation Diversity in Esports. Now, as a result of this, they will produce Riot Games' VCT Game Changers series EMEA. According to a release, both entities will work together on tournament broadcasts, with Freaks4U Gaming becoming a contributing partner of the series and will take on planning and event broadcast production duties. In addition, Freaks4U Gaming will also lend its crew members for 30 broadcasted hours. For those who are unaware, the VALORANT Champions Tour Game Changers series was first announced in February 2021 by Riot Games. The initiative aims to create more opportunities for women in Valorant, with the final goal to build a more inclusive Valorant Champions Tour. As a result of this, the association previously named Diversity in Esports as the official tournament organizer for VCT Game Changers EMEA. 2021 has been a really hectic year for Freaks4U Gaming. They've acquired tournament licenses for ESL and for Riot Games, and this is no different in acquiring or at least helping produce the VCT Game Changers series in EMEA. I think this is a massive initiative, and it's a great initiative by both sides to produce greater tournaments, which hopefully will bring more eyes to VCT Game Changers, which in turn could bring a turnover of more talent and more women looking to go professionally into Valorant. Overall, I think this is a no-brainer between both organizations. I think it's a great initiative for both sides, and hopefully this means that more eyes will be on VCT Game Changers, especially in Europe, in the future. Our final story of the ESI Digest sees Riot Games extend its data partnership with Bayes Esports until 2024. As a result of the extension, Riot Games will continue to be the publisher's exclusive data distribution partner for what they've described as, virtually all of its League of Legends competitions. As a data distribution partner, Bayes will be responsible for live in-game data, fixture data, and audio-visual rights for the betting industry. Riot Games first teamed up with Bayes Esports in 2019, and throughout this partnership, they've invested in a variety of data solutions. This includes Bayes helping develop Riot Games' team data portal and also expand its data services to additional regional leagues. I think given the success of the collaboration between Bayes and Riot Games, it makes sense for this extension to be activated, and according to release, this means that it's been activated early as well, which really, I think, confirms the commitment that Riot Games has to not only just making sure that data is distributed correctly, but also to Bayes Esports as a company itself. But really interested to see how further the data solutions go and how many kind of data products we're going to be getting between Riot Games and Bayes Esports in the future. Only time will tell. I think data is so fascinating right now. There's a lot of new kind of companies coming through, and also a kind of a lot more competition for data rights as well. But it's nice to see Bayes and Riot Games secure their partnership for a long-term deal, which is 2024. And that's it for this week's ESI Digest. If you want to catch up on any of the stories that I have covered, then don't forget to head over to Esports Insider's website. If you do want to follow us on LinkedIn, Spotify, and Twitter, it would be much appreciated. Also, if you want to subscribe on whatever you are listening to me on as well, that would be greatly appreciated as well. But until then, I'll see you next time.